Hello awesome viewers, welcome to AC Studio. As you can see here, I got myself a Contemptor Dreadnought with graphics bolt cannon. To be honest, I wasn't really interested in the Contemptor Dreadnought because I just don't like the look of it. It looks rather clumsy to me, so I'm never really interested in it. The one that I'm really interested in is the Leviathan Dreadnought. Showed this in one of my previous videos. If you haven't watched this video, please have a look. But the Space Wolf version of the Contemptor Dreadnought looks really good. As you can see, it got all this like decoration on the figure. So that makes this figure looks very unique to me. So that is why I decided to get it. Since I'm collecting the Space Wolf 30k armies, as I said, I'm not interested in the 40k armies, but 30k definitely looks really good. That is why I decided to get it to, complement these figures, make it looks good with a Dreadnought together. Even though my army is relatively small, it doesn't really matter. And also because the Space Wolves has this really interesting, really beautiful decoration on the armor, so that is why this Dreadnought looks really good with all this decoration there. So that's why this Contemptor Dreadnought actually, probably the best looking one compared to the some Horus Imperial Fist one. So that is why after 2.5 months later, after it was released, I now finally got it. So I finally changed my mind. All right, I can't wait to open this. Let's unbox it. Ooh. All right, open this. All right. Oh, okay. It looks pretty big in a way. So looks really nice already, even though it is inside a plastic container. All right, let's take it out. And the weapons or the arms or hands is not attached to the shoulders. So anyway, I'll put it on now. So that's how it looks like. You just clip it together, I guess. Interesting. I think you can actually exchange with different weapons later, so it's good that JOYTOY give this like that to you. It seems like the rotations is actually quite stiff, so what I'll do, I'll put some lubricants on it now and make it just easier to rotate. Anyway, hold on. So I got my favorite Terminator lubricant, which you use that for the mini 4-wheel drive, and I'll just put it a bit here. You can always, clean it afterwards if you don't want the lubricant there. But anyway, I'll put some there now and see if that is a little bit better. Yep. All right, and just squeeze it in there again. All right. Yep, it does help a bit. And the other one as well. Alright, a little bit better. Just push it in there, will be fine now. Alright. So that's great. You can actually exchange both hands. You can always swap the weapons, into different hands. So before I start the review, I'll let you know that I actually got these from Toy. If you use my exclusive discount code, you will get a 6% discount on all the JOYTOY and Acid Rain figures and also the higher toy figures. When you get a chance, please have a look at the website and get your favorite action figures using my discount code. Alright. So my first impression on this Contemptor Dreadnought is I really like it actually. To be honest, look at this. I actually like this more than the Dreadnought here, right? Because, I like the color of this Dreadnought. I think the gold and the gray, just, combination of these colors looks really good. And also the finishes looks much better. It is not as rough. As I mentioned, they actually put the highlighting on the edge. In this one, they did not do that. It doesn't look as rough. So I think that looks really nice actually. And now have a look at the details of this figure. Alright. The head sculpt is definitely better than the Imperial Fist one because it got more details on it, right? So it looks really nice. It got all this like decoration on the head piece here. You can also see the black highlighting on the gold. I think they should use brown, but anyway, that still looks really good. Yes, you got the decoration here. You got the chain which is soft plastic, and it is actually attached to the body here, so you cannot take this off, which is good as well. You know, I actually prefer that, you know. And you can see the decoration here, decoration piece here, you know, the roof tips here, and also got this decoration here as well. They all looks really nice. So look at that, that detail looks pretty amazing, yeah. And all these bolts actually have black highlighting as well. And then on the shoulder as well, it is painted in black, but it actually got the white highlighting on the edge. The highlighting is subtle, but yet, you know, it looks really good like that. I think it's actually perfect, right, for this kind of highlighting, right? So it's not too much for the white, but good enough that you can see that, right? The emblem, very nicely done in black highlighting. And on the other shoulder, got a very nice roof head, and also the fur. And the details is amazing. Look at that. So it is shaped like it is flowing in the wind. Yeah, but it is actually kind of, this is not really soft plastic, so you cannot really change the shape of it. And you can see the lighter highlighting on the edge, and also the white highlighting on the raised, you know, edges, or the skin or the fur sculpting. Look at that. Looks really cool. Yep, really well done. Very nice. And also painting of this torso, right? What I find interesting is he actually got a very slight kind of like highlighting on the raised kind of like edge. You can see there's a bit of white color or lighter gray color, but the rest of it looks like they actually put a bit of, I don't know whether it should wash or shadow, but it looks really good. It looks like lighter color to become a darker color in the middle, right? So that is pretty amazing kind of painting. You see, it got a bit of black shadowing in it, right? But it is not really obvious, but it looks really good though. Yeah, look at that. You see, kind of like got this very slight black highlighting or dark gray highlighting on it, right? You can see the black around the shoulder here, yet it becomes lighter on the edge. You can see the same here, right? You see the lighter edge and the darker in the middle. I mean, they either very obvious, they either have the shadowing which is very dark, or a lighter edge, you know, which become very bright, very obvious. But this is actually really nice. So I really like it. So yeah, impressive. On the knee, you can see a very nice decoration piece as well. And this is like 3D. This is not flat piece. And also a raised, you know, the detail of a roof emblem here as well, or icon. You got a decoration as well, more chain. And on the other side, more decoration as well. See the, you know, the details, the bolts, you know, the teeth, you know, the details of the knee. Very nicely done. And at the back, well, you got a really big kind of like joint line or seamed line, whatever you call it. Very obvious, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. So obvious that, you know, it looks like it is intentional anyway. Black shadowing, kind of like the dark shadowing here. Got a very light gray color, light edge here. Oh, that's amazing. I really love this kind of painting. I think this painting is really good actually. And on the foot as well, you got all these like details, you know. And actually, we need to spend a bit of time doing wash at the foot, which you don't see. Anyway, that's good, you know, that's really good. Black wash in the gaps as well, even though it's not done really well, but that's okay. And have a look at the back as well. So you got the exhaust pipe, which all these holes should be painted black, or it would be better if they can see through, right? So they need to drill the holes on it, but they did not do that, probably because it's hard to do that in the factory anyway. But otherwise, at the back, the painting is okay at the back. Not much shadowing here on these two parts here, but otherwise pretty good. The gold and this, the lower part of the torso, you got a light gray as well on the edge, and also a bit of like dark shadowing here. Yeah, alright, looks really good. And now have a look at the weapons. So it got these Graphis autocannon and also the Graphis bolt cannon. I think it looks really good. Look at the details, right? So everything is really well done, except it doesn't have any, you know, gray highlighting to the black, which, as I mentioned many times by now, it is something that they don't do anymore. No more highlighting on black. The silver looks good, but it's just really plain. It doesn't have any wash on it, only except, you know, the gunmetal, which they actually have the silver highlighting on it. You can see the edges here, the silver highlighting. So I think the cartridge looks really good as well, and it's twin cannon, so it looks really nice. So yeah, that's pretty good, really nicely done. Painting is okay, and then we also have the auto cannon, so twin auto cannon. I think it's very stiff, even I put the lubricant on it, but otherwise the sculpting again, yeah, it looks fine. I think they actually put the black wash into these gaps here. They also have a bit of silver kind of like highlighting on the muscle here, but otherwise no play features. I wish, you know, just like acid rain figures, they usually can pull this cartridge off, right? But it just come as a solid part. So just like what I mentioned in the Leviathan Dreadnought video, you know, JOYTOY can give us a little bit more play features. You know, at least you can take the cartridge out, you know, basic play features. But as a toy, just a general toy, nothing special in the play features. Yeah, okay, that is the level that you get anyway. So this is the size comparison between the Contemptor Dreadnought and the Leviathan Dreadnought, right? So in terms of height, I think, you know, that's pretty close. It's only like 2 to 3 centimeters short, right? But in terms of size, this is much, you know, fatter. If this is the right word to use to describe the figure, and that one's skinnier, right? And on the articulation, you know, the head, as I shown you before, you can actually move around, not an issue. It's a little bit tricky to move, and it definitely can do 180 degrees looking both ways. Tilts a bit as well. The shoulder joint definitely something interesting to me. I've never seen such a shoulder joint before. So you can see here, there's a butterfly joint, so you can actually move around. You can actually push it back inside, or you can actually pull it out, right? Extension. Pretty good. I like this design. So you can actually rotate it as much as you want, right? So you can actually open up so much, right? That is really, really helpful for if you want to pose the figure nicely. So you can actually even, you know, turn it around like this. So you can actually twist inward like that. So it's like a pivot joint anyway, you know, not just a butterfly joint. And also on the shoulder here, you got the, you can see this ball thing here, which is the ball joint. So you got this hinge, so you can actually move up and down like that, and then you can move around, not an issue, pretty good. And this shoulder pad can actually move around, so you know you can actually twist as high as possible, so it doesn't block the movement, right? Look at that, pretty good. And obviously, I showed you before, this is swivel joint, but because it's still very stiff, so every time when you rotate this, right, you need to be careful, otherwise you'll twist the joints here, right? So when you rotate it, you need to hold it like that and rotate it. So just be careful when you need to handle this, you know, figure. All right, and then you got the mid-torso joint. So this mid-torso joint is a ball joint, so you can actually rotate, you know, multi-directional movement, not an issue. Ab crunch, not much, but you can actually tilt up a bit. And on the waist joint here, it looks like a ball joint, but you know, it just, you know, rotate, nothing more than that. And the hip joint here for the legs is very stiff as well, pretty good. And you can actually move like that, multi-directional movement. Wow, amazing. And the knee joint, just 90 degrees, nothing more, which is good enough. And then on the ankle, push it down a bit, see how much you can do. I think that's the best you can do, actually, not much. I thought that you can actually do further, move further down. Oh, you can. All right, cool. Yep, you can do that much, absolute max. And then move up a bit. Oh, yep, that's the best you can do. Oh, that's not bad. Actually, not bad at all. Yep, but anyway, all right, it just fell off. They apply a bit of lubricant in the waist joint already. So, all right. Anyway, let's put it back. This joint looks rather small though, isn't it, for a waist joint? Anyway, yep, put it back like that. And lastly, you got a toe joint, which is pretty useless. It's not much, isn't it? But otherwise, all right, cool. So in general, the articulation is pretty good. And so, wrapping up the video, I really like this Space Roof Contemptor Dreadnought. And based on the value, based on the details, based on the size of the figure, based on the articulation, the finishes, this figure is really good value for money. Even though I don't really like the Contemptor Dreadnought, and I prefer the Leviathan Dreadnought, but this great JOYTOY figure really changes my mind. So it proved that I was wrong. And the Dreadnought definitely have this ancient look to it, which I really appreciate now. And by watching other YouTubers' video, I do think, the Space Wolves one is definitely the best one out of all. And the upcoming Thousand Suns Contemptor Dreadnought is also looking really good, so you may consider getting that. But I definitely not gonna get it because of limited budget, but I highly recommend that one as well. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you like it. Please give me a like to support the channel or support me through super thanks, and I will speak to you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Yeah.